Thank you, Thelma and Patience. You're all looking beautiful.
Aww.
Hello, Nigerians, and welcome to the morning news. In a decisive move to tackle Nigeria's persistent security challenge, President Bola Tinubu has carried out a major shake-up in the nation's military leadership, replacing all the service chiefs and the Chief of Defense Staff. The sweeping changes, which also include new appointments for the Army, Navy, Air Force and the Chief of Defense Intelligence, signaled the President's resolve to inject fresh strategy and renewed vigor into the fight against terrorism, banditry and other security threats confronting the country. Defense correspondent Olajide Bello takes a look at the new faces at the helm of the armed forces and their profile.
New command team is now at the helm of Nigeria's armed forces. We profile the men appointed to lead the nation's military campaigns. First, the new Chief of Defense Staff, Lieutenant General Olufemi Oluyede, a seasoned infantry commander, was commissioned in 1992. His extensive career includes frontline command in Operation Hadinkai in the Northeast and international missions in Liberia and Bakassi. And in a related move, Major General Waid Shuaibu, an armored corps specialist, has been appointed as the new Chief of Army Staff. He is credited with major gains against terrorist groups in the Northeast, known for his disciplined leadership and focus on troop morale. Protecting the nation's vital economic interest at sea is the new Chief of the Naval Staff, Rear Admiral Idi Abbas. He moves up from leading the Central Naval Command, where he oversaw a significant crackdown on illegal oil bunkering, intercepting hundreds of thousands of barrels of stolen crude. In the air, the new Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Sunday Aneke, he is one of the most experienced pilots in the force with over 4,300 flying hours. His most recent role was shaping the next generation of officers as Deputy Commandant of the Nigerian Defense Academy. Meanwhile, the Chief of Defense Intelligence, Major General Emmanuel Udandeye, retains his position. The nation now looks to this new team to bring their vast operational experience to bear on Nigeria's complex security challenges. Olajide Bello, NTA News.
In a series of coordinated operations across multiple theaters within the last 48 hours, the Nigerian Army has intensified its onslaught against criminal elements, resulting in the elimination of 8 terrorists, the arrest of 21 suspects, and the rescue of 15 kidnapped and injured victims. A statement by the Acting Director of Army Public Relations, Lieutenant Colonel Apollinia Anele, reveals that troops successfully repelled terrorist attacks in Borno, eliminating 2 terrorists in the process. In a separate ambush operation at Wunje village between Gava and Chinene in Goza local government area, troops neutralized 4 terrorists and forced several others to flee with gunshot wounds. Similarly, in Kanam local government area of Plateau State, troops of Operation Enduring Peace eliminated 2 kidnappers, rescued 2 victims, and recovered arms, ammunition, and cash from the criminals. In other coordinated operations across Kukawa, Mangu, and Barkin-Ladi local government areas of Plateau State, troops arrested 8 suspected criminals, rescued 4 kidnapped victims, and recovered 10 rustled cattle, illicit drugs, 2 motorcycles, a vehicle, and a CCTV camera were also seized from criminal hideouts in Mwaje and Agunka forests in Anambra State. The statement added that troops of Operation Delta Save discovered and dismantled 2 illegal refining sites in Rivers, Abia, and Delta states. The Army headquarters reaffirmed its commitment to sustaining the momentum of these operations, assuring Nigerians that troops remain resolute in their mission to restore lasting peace, protect law-abiding citizens, and safeguard the nation's economic lifelines. And let's shift attention to education. The federal government has again demonstrated its commitment to improve the welfare of students and education community with the procurement of 75 vehicles to meet various operational needs across schools and agencies under the Ministry of Education. Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, while inaugurating the vehicles, cautions that the initiative is aimed at enhancing productivity, not for personal use.
Distributing these ambulances to our Unity colleges shows that we care for these kids. We want to keep them safe. Together with the high quality education that we're giving them, we also have to provide all the enabling comforts and welfare, including their the medical care they get, the kind of food they eat, and the level of their education. So this is a reflection of that. Now, with the coastal buses, we also care about the welfare of our staff to reduce the cost of public transport, the amount of money they would have to pay on public transportation to get to work.
The vehicles were immediately distributed to the first batch of beneficiary schools, departments and agencies. Efforts to close the gap between a digitally savvy student population and a largely analog teaching workforce are gaining momentum. Zenred Dingmoon reports that the drive advanced further with the inauguration of Committee for the Implementation of Zero-Rated Data and Subsidized Devices for Nigerian Teachers, a partnership initiative under the Learning for All in Nigeria program.
It is said to be a pivot from the usual, but a needed one. This ambitious public-private partnership, the federal government says, is not just about handing out gadgets, but also embedding digital operations and innovation into the heart of teaching. This high-level roundtable cemented a commitment that aligns with the National Digital Learning Policy to provide the right opportunities for outstanding learning and teaching experiences.
We've curated the kind of teachers. We've pre-certified them. These are teachers that know what they're doing. So now, with that, we can bring high-quality teaching to the remotest parts of the country.
The initiative to provide zero-rated data access to educational platform is a bold and commendable step toward democratizing digital learning and empowering both teachers and learners across Nigeria.
The pilot phase is set to kick off in December, running through July 2026, targeting 8,000 teachers across the 6 geopolitical zones. In Abuja, Zenred Dingmoon, NTA News.
A fresher capacity building program at the Nigerian Television Authority is reshaping how reporters tell their nation's stories about truth, emotion and the magic of words on screen. Juliana Nicholas participated and captured the essence.
In a world where every second counts, the difference between a report and the story is how it makes you feel. Here at the headquarters of the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, reporters gather to rediscover the art of storytelling and how to connect more deeply with their audience. Facilitated by one of NTA's own, Victor Azu, the creative writing workshop explores how clarity, color and credibility can transform facts into compelling television moments.
If there was also somebody who is forced to do the right thing based on your storytelling, that person will not forget. It lingers, and it is worth the investment. So, build from the beginning. Fantastic opening. What next? You build on it. Make them care enough to listen to you.
Through real-life case studies and hands-on writing tasks, participants learn how to find emotion behind information, give voice to the unseen, and make their stories breathe again.
The resource person did justice to the topic on how to create my story from different perspectives.
Before, I don't know what we call hookup, build off, pay off, and resolution. But I've learned that from here.
From the training, it opened our minds to how to write our stories in a different way, creatively.
telling a story in such a way that people will be glued to their television.
The session ends the way it began, with stories, written with purpose, told with passion, and anchored on NTA's enduring mission to inform, educate, and inspire.
Many thanks, Neja Atu, with Juliana's report there. And that concludes the news segment. The program returns after this break. Do have a wonderful time.